ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ हरिः ॐ everybody. 1 second. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. You can hear me, right, everybody? You are able to hear me or no?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Okay, all right. Okay, we are doing Shivananda Lahari, written by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. Today we are doing the 77th shloka. 7. बुद्धिस्थिरा भवितुमीश्वरपादपद्मा सक्ता वधूर्विहरिणीव सदा स्मरन्ति सद्भावनास्मरणदर्शनकीर्तनादि सम्मोहितेव शिवमन्त्रजपेन विन्ते. This is again very nice shloka. 77 and 78. Both shlokas kind of go hand in hand, means kind of related. Bhagavan is giving a beautiful metaphor. Here, the newly wed couple, what happens if the married newly wed, always vadhur vihariniva, vadhuhu, that girl, bride, always thinks about her husband. Let us say, for example, her husband goes on a business trip after marriage, then she always thinking about him alone, nothing else. What is he doing? Where is he going? Is he eating or not? All that in the beginning. Vadhur vihariniva, viraha bhakti, it is called. Even Gopikas has that. And then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all showed this Viraha Bhakti. Because Ramakrishna always wanted to see Kali Mata. And then he asked, when are you going to come? He used to talk to her in Dakshineswar. So that is, but for us, we think it is only idol. For Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Bhagavati, Kalika Mata is there. That is the difference. Everything he used to talk to her. Then only he used to come out and says, okay, mother gave me the permission, then I can really do anything. But people feel awkward. How can the idol talk to him? That is what, like how we think. But he used to really communicate. That is what Viraha Bhakti. When am I going to see? When, all that they have to do that. See, like the example Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is giving. How the newly married couple, the Vadhu, thinks about her husband if the husband goes away. In the same way, that is what we have to see now. Application. In the same way, Buddhi sthira bhavitu. My buddhi, my intellect should get stability. Sthira means stability. On what? Ishvara pada padma sakta. Lord, oh Lord, Ishvara. Ishvara means Lord Shiva. And then he is the controller of everybody. He is the indweller of everybody. Ishvara. Niyamakudu. Sarvadhyakshudu. That is called Ishvara. And then, so that's why my mind and intellect go hand in hand. So even if we use the word mind or buddhi, intellect, it is okay. My intellect should stay sthira. Stability means stable at your lotus feet, O Lord Shiva. The example is like how the bride thinks about her husband constantly. In the same way, my mind should get attached, sakta, at your lotus feet, O Lord Shiva. And then again, second one, Bhagavan is giving the instruction is Sada Smaranti. Always thinking about you. Always, that is what we want. Sada, always. Smaranti means thinking about. Like how the Vadhu, Virahiniva, because he is missing her husband, she is missing her husband, that is why constantly thinking about her husband. In the same way, my mind should always think about you, O Lord Shiva. Sada Smaranti. With what? Sadbhavana. With Bhavani Bhavana Gamya. Bhavana alone we can attain Bhagavan or Bhagavati. Bhavana is very important. Bhavana means thinking and remembering all that. Smarana. Smarana means meditating, remembering Bhagavan's stories, kathas, Leela. So many Leelas Lord Shiva has performed. Tripurasura Vadha, Andhakasura Vadha, like that, so many stories. Smarana, Darshana, when am I going to see you, O Lord Shiva? Smarana, Darshana, Kirtanadi. Kirtana means thinking about his, chanting about his glories, or doing the bhajana, or Shiva mantra, Shiva nama japam, anything, Kirtana. Adi means etc. Sammohitena, sammohiteva. Sammohitam means here mind should get deluded. Means here it is the positive way. How the bride thinks about her husband, newly bride, Vadhu, thinks about her husband, in the same way, I should be thinking about you, O Lord, at your lotus feet, your stories, or your Kadha, Leela, or your Namam, Mantram. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, like that. Sada Smaranti. With that, Sammohitam should get delight, develop Anandam, and feel the bliss. That is what I want. That is what my Buddhi Sthira, Bhavitu Mishvara Pada Padmam. So that is what my mind should get immersed. O Lord Shiva. Shiva Mantra Japena Vinte. Shiva Mantra Japam means Namasmarana or Shiva Bhajana or Shiva Stotras, like Ratnai Kalpita Masanam, like that. Shiva Manasa Puja Stotram Shankaracharya has written. Even we don't know anything else, manasikally, mentally we can do this. This mental is the best thing. Nobody knows. And everything we can just offer mentally. But this is not easy. Mind needs to get training. Mind needs to sammohitam, means get established in this Shiva mantra, Shiva katha, Shiva smarana. That is why Sadbhavana, Smarana, Darshana, Kirtanam is very important. Then it gets immersed. Then all this Manasika Puja will help. Otherwise, in the beginning stages, we need the Murti to worship. We need to do puja. That is why even Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japas Chintanam Kramat. He says, first Kaya, Vak, Mana, 3 levels. Kaya means body. For body, puja is required. That is why darshana, first step. When we do puja, all our hands are there, body limbs, body parts are involved. With the hands, we are doing the akshata, we are offering the kunkuma, we are offering the naivedyam, and that also we are seeing the Bhagavan also, Murti, or idol or picture, whatever it is. It could be silver, brass or gold if we can afford it, or picture, like regular picture, photo frame or anything. So that is what darshana. With kaya, puja. Kaya means body. Because we have more support. We don't need to worry about where the mind goes away, going. More support is there. And then next level, kaya, vak. Vak means speech. Speech means Shiva mantra japena. That is also less support is there, because you are not using any hands for puja, or some people close their eyes, some people they open the eyes. It depends on the individual. Closing the eyes is better, so you have less distraction. That also we can have three types again: little bit loud chanting, only lips movement, like that nobody can hear. When we chant little bit louder, next person can hear, and then otherwise lips movement, other one, and then internally doing. That japam also has 3 levels. We can choose whatever we want. Whenever we are ready, mind automatically tells. Mind means buddhi also. Buddhi means intellect. Mind means manas. So both of them are interchangeable words. So then that is what we need. Sthira. Sthira means stability, stable devotion at lotus feet of Lord. Then slowly progress takes place. So kaya, vak, next level is manas. Mana is the smarana. Then we can do the meditation, because now we are all equipped with all this Shivananda Lahari. Some shlokas we have heard, we have some information about Shiva Kadha, and then how Bhagavan looks, all that Nilagriva, and then Asha Shati Kasya, like all the directions are his cloth. Asha Shatika, that is the another name. And Vyomakesha, like that we can really think about all the names, and then forms, depends on the form, and then do the smarana, do the meditation. That is why kaya, vak, mana. 3 levels we can take up. We can do this every day. Slowly, our goal is establishing this manasika puja with the mind. Buddhi sthira bhavitu mishvara pada padma sakta. That is the goal. So slowly it happens. Even Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Shanai ruparamet buddhya dhruti gruhitaya atma samstam manakrutva nakinchidapi chintayet. Shanai, slowly bring the mind back. Of course, mind goes away. Nobody says that it will just stay there in the beginning. No, mind goes away. That is mind's job. But slowly bring with this knowledge. And slowly it gets attached to Ishvara Pada Padma Sakta. Slowly it gets attached to this Ishvara Nama Japa, Ishvara lotus feet of Lord Shiva. It stays there. So this is the what we want. Oh Lord Shiva, that is the request. With that we get sammohitam. Sammohitam here means positive way. Get bliss. We get happiness. We feel delighted. Mind gets delighted. Then mind wants to experience. Wherever mind gets delight, then it wants to experience more. For example, let us say first bite of whatever sweet you like, or ice cream, let us say, or most rasagulla, rasamalai, whatever it is. First bite is always very tasty. Then we enjoy so much. Sammohiteva. We get happiness and bliss. Then what happens? Mind is delighted, happy. Mind says, I want that experience again. Mind pushes us. Then the korika, the desire develops. Then what do? Next week we again go to the same store and buy the same ice cream. But our experience is not the same. Even though the place is same, even though the product is same, even though the padartha material is same, our experience is not the same. Mind is not delighted so much. That is what happens in Vishaya Vasana, Vishaya Lalasa, Vishaya Sakti in the world. Whatever we take, we go after the Vishaya Vasana, but our experience is not the same. We don't get the same joy. The first experience is very good, but lotus feet of Lord Shiva, Ishvara Pada Padma Sakta, exactly opposite. That is why Bhagavan is saying, Buddhistira Bhavitum Ishvara Pada Padma Sakta. Exactly opposite of the worldly desire. What it is first, when we listen to this satsang, it is very hard to even sit for 1 hour, even for 10 minutes, especially on Zoom. It's not easy. One lady told me. After that, slowly, mind started developing. Now she can sit 1 hour effortlessly. Time just goes like that. And then one after the other, she is able to do so many satsangs, listen to so many satsangs. Mind is not complaining, but in the beginning stages, mind will complain. How long I have to sit like that? That is what happens. When we get the mind gets delighted, sammohiteva, then mind wants more. But this joy increases. As we listen more, the joy increases. Exactly opposite of worldly things or worldly objects. There we want to have the same experience like first time, but we do not get that same experience. But we do not know that, but we still go after those experiences. We will never get it. Then what happens? We goes in a negative way. That or some people get depressed, or they want more, go after more negative things. They might get more other objects. Maybe I might get same experience, the joy in other object. That's how slowly degradation happens. They will go for after all the negative things. You all know, I don't need to give details. That is what happens to worldly things. But here we get delighted more. In the beginning, it is hard. Even Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that. These are not my words. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says in 18th chapter, whatever is good, whatever is amrutam, whatever is super good, always in the beginning it is always very bitter. For example, getting up in the morning or doing the exercise always are very difficult and bitter, but end results is always good. Contrary to that, whatever gives pleasure immediately, right away, happiness, quick fix, end result is sorrow. All the drinking, all of them gives pleasure immediately, no doubt about it. Happiness comes when we watch a movie or anything, definite. But end results is we get bored or develop into wrong habits. End result is vishamiva. There Bhagavat Vishayam, end result will be amrutam. In the beginning it is vishamiva, end result is amrutam. Vishaya objects, beginning amrutamiva, worldly things, all the gossip, everything amrutamiva in the beginning. Later on vishamiva. So that is why Bhagavan is saying our mind should get attached to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Oh Lord Shiva. So this is what we always have to ask for Bhagavan. That's why we need satsangs. That is why people spend their time. Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kadhayantascha mam nityam tushyamti cha ramanti cha. That is what devotees feel. That is what satsangis does. thinking about Lord, always talking about, they get delight. That is what sammohiteva means. Always get delighted. Even Narada Bhakti Sutra quotes very beautifully, nice shloka, I will just share with you. Tat prapya tadevava lokayati, that is what they want to see. Tadeva srunoti, that is what they want to listen, hear. Tadeva bhashayati, that's all they want to talk about. Tadeva chintayati, tat means that Parabrahma Paramatma, that's all they chintayati, remember always. Dhyanam. So that's what happens. Even Bhagavad Gita also says, Tadbuddhayas tadatmanaha tannishta tatparayanaha gacchantya punaravrittim jnana nirduta kalmashaha. Constantly remembering the Paramatma, buddhi, mind, everywhere takes abidance in that. Always tannishta tatparayanaha, goal is that. Then sammohiteva, that is what Bhagavan is saying in Shivananda Lahari. Then they will attain the liberation with jnanam, knowledge, all the nirduta kalmashaha, all the impurities are gone. With this knowledge, all the impurities are gone, purified mind, they will attain liberation. That is what called sammohiteva. They get delight, joy and bliss. So this is what essence of the 77th shloka. That Bhagavat Bhakti Lakshanamulu. That is what these qualities of devotees. Bhagavan is talking about this. Sada smaranti. Constantly thinking about it. Sadbhavana. Bhavani bhavana gamya. So we have really saw elaborately, and let us see, chant it, and I will give you the essence. 77th shloka. Buddhistira bhavitumishvara pada padmasakta vadhur virharini vasada smaranti sadbhavana smarana darshana kirtanadi sammohiteva shiva mantra japena vinte. So constantly we have to think about the Bhagavan's lotus feet of Lord Shiva, Ishvara, Sada Smaranti, with Sadbhavana, Smarana, Darshana, Kirtanadi, all of them. And then mind, Buddhi gets delighted, Sammohiteva. And then for that, Buddhistira bhavitum. Please give me that stability of the Buddhi, stable mind, stable intellect, O Lord Shiva. Then I can do this. O Lord Shiva, you are the only one who can do that. Nobody else can do that. So this is the Bhagavat Bhakti Lakshanalu. And then qualities. And then putting the request to Lord Shiva. 78th shloka again, with that Buddhi is also bringing, this is making the Buddhi as a Kanya. Before, like a newly married lady, now Buddhi is like a Kanya, like a lady. Because all this, they think all the thoughts, they are all like a feminine gender. Usually that's what they express. That is why Buddhi Kanya. Let us chant this shloka, another beautiful shloka. Sadupachara vidhishvanubodhitam savinayam suhrudam samupasritam mama samuddhara buddhimimam prabho varagunena navodhavadhumivam. Hey Prabhu, O Lord of the Lords, you are the Prabhu for everybody, each individual and for all beings also. You are the Prabhu. O Prabhu. And then what you need to do is here, Sadupachara vidhishvanubodhitam. Again, Bhagavan is bringing the newlywed. Let me give you the metaphor what Bhagavan Shankaracharya is talking about. What happens is, newlywed girl, before the wedding, what happens? Mother trains them. You are going to get married, and then you are going to behave this way or that way showing the procedure, olden days, okay? This what you need to do, this is how, whatever. When you go there, slowly that mind is trained. When you go to in-laws house, this is what happens. That is how mother trains the daughter. So like that, my buddhi is also trained. Oh Lord Shiva, don't underestimate my buddhi. It is also trained, like how the Varagunena, that newly wed girl, Kanya get trained. Same way my mind got trained. Like how Sadupachara vidhishvanubodhitam, Sat upacharas, anubodhitam, all the upacharas, all the services, what I need to do, how the mother taught the daughter before the wedding or just before the wedding going to the in-laws place, in the same way my mind also got training with Guru Parampara, Paramparagata Jnanam. It is heard, my buddhi heard, Anubodhitam, doing the service, doing the puja, and how all that my buddhi got training with gurus, with satsanga people, with mahatmas, because I always had the good people company. My buddhi got trained. Sadupachara vidhishvanubodhitam. So first step is got it done. Shikshimpabadindi, training has done. And now how Savinayam, it became very humble. With the training, it became very humble. Exactly how the newlywed girl, very humble in the beginning to the in-laws place, Savinayam. In the same way, my mind is also very humble, very trained. Gunamulu, Anni we acquired. Suhrudam, and then always well-wisher of everybody, and then mind got purified. Humble and purified mind, both it developed. First one is Savinayam, humble. Suhrudam, purified mind. Without any negativities, that how it will be, how am I going to see, how am I going to take care, or did not go with a negative mind. How the Kanya did, in the same way my Buddhi Kanya, that is why it is trained. So Hrudam Samupasritam. Samupasritam means some upasritam. It really take refuge at you. Took the surrender at your lotus feet. Exactly how the lady took the surrender to in-laws house, in the same way my Buddhi Kanya also took the surrender at your lotus feet. Because it's very well prepared, very well trained with Guru Parampara knowledge, with Mahatma's knowledge. Mama Samuddhara. And now, even though it got training, but it needs, how the previous shlokas talked about stability, buddhi sthira bhavitum ishvara pada padma sakta. How the sthira buddhi, stable intellect, how I needed the requirement, in the same way here also, mind is stable, but still it needs the upliftment. I have to go to next level. That is why you are the only one, you can uplift my mind. Mama samuddhara. Buddhi mimam prabho. Imam buddhi, this intellect. You are the only one, it can get up, you can uplift. Varagunena, it is filled with shreshta quality. Vara means shreshtam, with good qualities. Varagunena, good qualities. All the positive qualities, because it already got the training. In the beginning, Bhagavan itself declared, already heard the Guru Parampara knowledge, attended satsangs, and serving the Mahatmas, all that is happening. How comparing with the newly married girl, Kanya, Varagunena Navodha Vadhumiva, like a newly wedded girl, same way like that. All that, that's the example. So that is why it is okay, it is ready. But now problem here is, what happens if like, let me put it again, the newly wedded girl, we can connect very easily because we all experience all this, and people will also experience in the future. Mother trains all that mentally prepared. I have to go there, and newly family, new things I have to get adjusted, and all this for boy also, both ways. And so many things are going to happen, so many challenges. Then what happened? Mind is this way at the in-laws place. Mind is also at the birthplace because they are very strong rooted. Both are they going together. All the habits are not easy to get out. All to acquire the new qualities at in-laws house, it takes some time. In the same way, my mind is also a learned, prepared mind, Samskrita buddhi, prepared mind, not prakruta buddhi, means not going into the world so much. It is purified mind. It heard mind heard a lot of satsangs, but still mind goes towards the Vishaya Vasana, towards the world, Vishaya Sakti, Vishaya Vasana. Mind goes there. So then what I need to do is, I need your blessings. How the Kanya goes towards the birthplace, Puttinti side and Mettininti side. Even what to talk about, Parvati Mata had that, right? We see it in Bhagavatam and Shivapuranam. Dakshayajnam story, very famous one. She had the love for her parents' house, love for father and mother, which is really very nice, which every girl should have. And then even though she likes the in-laws and of course Lord Shiva, but her mind is still attached to the Daksha Prajapati, father. That's why she went, and we all know what happened. Yogagni. She left, offered her body to that Yogagni. The Daksha Sati Devi Avatara is finished. Then she was born again to Himat Parvata Raja as a Parvati or Haimavati. So that is why my mind is in oscillating between these two. With Vishayasakti is not completely gone. It's still there, lingering, thinking about it, or going to all these worldly things a little bit. All this is still there. That is why, oh Lord Shiva, your job is now to make Samuddhara. You need to lift my mind, to take it all the way. Because, oh Lord, you promised there is no difference between Lord Sri Krishna and Lord Rama. Why? Because Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. You are also seeing in Taittiriya Upanishad. Because Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The truth is only one. Absolute Satyam, truth, Jnanam, knowledge, embody everything, and then Anantam, infinite. If it is limited, it cannot be infinite. So that is why we have so many Vyahruti Upasana, and then we are going to see heart cave, how to meditate, all that is going to come. Same way like this. This one is talking about shloka format. That is why your job is to Samuddhara, lift me up. Because you promised in Bhagavad Gita, your Vachanam, you gave the promise to devotees. What? In 12th chapter, 6th and 7th shlokas. Yetu sarvani karmani maisanyasya matparaha ananyena yogena mam jayanta upasate. You put the condition, whoever does all the actions offered to me, that I already did, O Bhagavan. All the offering is doing for you, Sharanagati. Ananya naiva yogena, not thinking so much about worldly things. About you only I'm thinking about. And mam jayanta upasate, whoever does like this, constantly meditate or thinking about you. You said, you made a promise. What is that promise? 7th shloka, following shloka. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat pardha maya veshita chetasam. What you said is, whoever offers their karma, whoever offers their mind, thinking about ananya yogam, or not thinking about anything else, you said you will uplift them. Mam samudhara here. Same, samudharta, you made the promise. I will uplift them. Mrityu samsara sagarat, the janana marana mrityu, the birth and death cycle, you said you will uplift them. And achirat, immediately, not with taking so long. Shigrameva, that you said you will promised. So that is why your job now to mam samudhara, mama samudhara. Your job is to uplift my mind, my buddhi, because it is very well trained. Even though sometimes it goes, how the newlywed girl goes towards the mother's place, thinking about mother and father, puttinti side, birth side. In the same way, my mind goes here and there little bit. But your job is to mam samudhara. That is your responsibility. Because I am doing rest of the stuff. Thinking about you, listening to satsang, savinayam, all the humility, humble, and then varagunena, all the good qualities it has, suhrudam, develop the good heart, purified mind. But like what it is we can say at the almost like there, let us say 98%, almost there. Now to uplift me, to liberate you, liberate me, that's your responsibility. You can do it because you promised. That's why we need to bring up the other shlokas, because that's why we need all this connection. So that's why Bhagavan promised there. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Even Bhagavan promised in 9th chapter also. So that is why all of you need to fulfill your promise. That is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is questioning, putting the request to behalf of all of us. For Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he is already uplifted and he is already liberated. Shiva, Shankara Amsha only. Actually, Shankara Bhagavan himself appeared. So that is why Shankara himself, so Shankara Bhagavan Amsha, whatever, is, people feel comfortable, they can think about it. But so that is why your responsibility, that's, oh Lord Shiva, that's what, mama samudhara, you need to uplift me. Give me liberation. That is why we are seeing each shloka itself takes us to liberation, gives us the takes us to tattvam, gives us the katha, charitra, leela, namam. All of them are there. It's like a package deal. Each shloka gives us that. So that is what we have seen really elaborately. So buddhi ane pelli kooturu. So nuvve pelli kodukuvi. Buddhi ane pelli kooturu, you are the pelli kodukuvi. Because bride is my buddhi, you are the bridegroom. You need to take this, train this, and then you have to uplift. So this is what beautifully Bhagavan is talking about. Give me the nitya vastu vivekam. That is the only way I will develop the vairagyam towards the world. Vairagyam, then if you teach me what is the real, what is unreal, then what is unreal I can leave effortlessly, easily. So that is what portion you need to do, and you need to uplift me. So beautiful shloka. But mind also, prepared mind. It's not that 100% filled with negativity. Prepared mind, Samskrita buddhi, and purified mind, Savinayam, Suhrudam, Sam Upasritam. Already took refuge at you, but still lingering thoughts. That even Bhagavad Gita, same thing, all of them are gone, the lingering thoughts will be there. That something, lacking. Almost at the end stages also, that will be like that. Not giving up the body, even at sadhana level also. Some residue is still there. That residue, you need to take it. That is what Mama Samuddhara. So beautiful shlokas for seekers like us. 78 shloka, let us chant, and then we'll go to the next shloka. Sadupachara vidhishvanubodhitam savinayam suhrudam samupasritam mama samuddhara buddhimimam prabho varagunena navodhavadhumiva. Essence of the shloka is, O Bhagavan, He Prabho, O Lord of the Lord, you know, my mind is already, buddhi is prepared, savinayam, became humble, suhrudam, became purified, sam upasritam, I took the refuge at you, lotus feet, O Lord Shiva, O Prabho, varagunena, has developed good qualities, but still lingering thoughts are there towards the world. That is your responsibility. Mama samuddhara buddhi mimam. Imam buddhi, this buddhi, you need to uplift, to take it to next level for the liberation. See, for liberation, no matter how much we put it, effort is necessary. Bhagavan's grace has to be there. Guru's grace has to be there. That is the final step. Like a cricket match is going, maybe some cricket lovers are here, like a sixer. That last step, that one, Bhagavan's grace has to be there. Bhagavan has to bless. Anugraham. That is what Bhagavan is talking about here. 78th shloka. Mama Samuddhara, lift me up. So now let us that 79th shloka. This is also a very beautiful shloka. Nityam yogi manas sarojadala samchara kshamastvatkramaha shambho tena kadham katorayamaraad vakshah kavatakshatihi atyamtam mrudulam tvadangriyugalam ha me manaschintaya etat lochana gocharam kuru vibho hastena samvahaye. Manaschintayati etat lochana gocharam. Otherwise, ha me manaschintayati etallochana gocharam kuru vibho hastena samvahaye. Bhagavan is saying, here there is a little bit story also, but now let us see where Bhagavan's, Lord Shiva's lotus feet are. Always stays at yogi manas sarojadala samchara. Bhagavan's lotus feet are at yogis manas. Bhakta manasa hamsika, Lalita Sahasranamam. Where mother stays is like a hamsa, bird, swan bird. Bhakta manasa, devotee's heart. That's what even here also, yogis means devotees. Whoever has the purified mind. In their mind, your feet are, O Lord Shiva. And that is also, they are also very, very soft. So soft. Those soft feet, Tena Katham Kathora Yamarad Vaksha Kavatakshatihi. How can those soft feet, soft like lotus feet, how can they kick Kathora Yamarad, Yamadharmaraja, very, very Kathoram. His chest is very, very Kathoram. How can this you kick that Yamarat? Means there is an inner meaning is there. We will see that. That's why Atyantam Mrudulam Tvadangri Yugalam Ha me manaschintayati. How could you kick those Yamadharma Raja's hard chest with your soft lotus feet, O Lord Shiva? Katham, how is it possible? Ye tallochana gocharam kuru vibho hastena samvahaye. And then when am I going to see those lotus feet, soft feet, O Lord Shiva? The reason is I want to do hastena samvahaye. With my hands, I want to do the massage. Samvahaye means kind of massage. Means this is what I want to see your lotus feet, O Lord Shiva. When is that going to happen? That is what Bhagavan is talking about. The goal is to see lotus feet of Lord Shiva. They are very, very soft like lotus. And then I want to touch those because you really kicked Lord Yama. And then you need a massage. You worked very hard. Your feet might be hurting. Putting that nepam. Nepam means putting that cause, like a nimittam, like an instrument. Bhagavan is requested to show your lotus feet to me, O Lord Shiva. That is what for all of us. Goal is to see Lord Shiva's lotus feet. They are very nice and soft. So how could they kick Yamaraj hard? And it is very hard. And then the reason is then because your feet are hurt, I want to do the massage. That is the only way I can see your lotus feet. If I see them, then I can do this. That is why your responsibility to show me your lotus feet. So that is what Bhagavan is putting the request. Even Ramayana also, right? Guha story, when Kevat, Rama Bhagavan wanted to go to the other place, Panchavati, to leave this place and go to the next place to cross the river. Then he had to call the Kevat. Very famous story. You all know that. Guhudu. And then he wanted to wash his feet. He says, Oh Lord Shiva, Lord Rama, Sri Rama, I heard you touched with your feet. Your feet got touched your feet with a stone. And then the stone became like a lady, a woman. I'm afraid my boat might become like a lady or woman. That is why I want to wash your feet. Then I will not have my livelihood. I use this boat to get my livelihood. So that is why I want to wash your feet before you step into my boat. That is what Guha also, the Kevat put the request. Here also the same kind of request. I want to do massage. So that is why show me your feet, because you kicked the Yamadharma Raja. It is very hard place. The heart is very, even we know the bones, everything, rib cage is there. So that is why your feet are hurt. And then now the inner meaning here is Yamadharma Raja is representation for Kaludu. Kaludu means a time. Yamadharma Raja is very, very punctual to take up, do his job. There is no fraction of a second, this, that. Perfect timing if it happens. His job he does perfectly. Time is perfect. He has to take off the pranam. Mrityu Devata comes at the right time, right moment. There is no delay. There is no traffic jam at his place. Punctual time also, click at right time. That's why Bhagavan can take us that kalatita sthiti. Kalam, time also comes with srishti, creation. Means Yamadharma Raja means mrityu bhayam. Death, fear of death. That fear of death will be gone. Means give us the amrutatva sthiti. Give the liberation. That is why each shloka takes us to liberation, tattvam, essential nature, with simple words, simple story, simple act. Just show me your feet, I want to do massage. How simple it is. See, like that. Such a slowly Bhagavan taking us to liberation. So this kalatita sthiti, amrutatva sthiti, mrityu bhayam leni sthiti, fear of death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Birth and death cycle is destroyed. So that is why that Yamaraj story is here. And then I was telling you some story. It is very famous story. I'm sure you must have heard. You must be knowing also. But I will just tell you like short glimpses. It is elaborate one. It comes in Markandeya Puranam and other Puranas also. Shiva Puranam also. What happens is there is a Mrukandu Maharshi. He did not have children for a long time. Then he did the tapas to Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva appeared to him and blessed him with a son. But then he said, this boy is going to be very pious, very good boy, Ekasantagrahi. He will have a short life, only 16 years. Then Mrukandu Maharshi said, that is okay, at least I will have some that experience of having a child. Even though it is short time, I am okay. But a lot of time is there. 16 years is long time. It is okay, I am happy. And he got a son, and because of Lord Shiva's blessings. And then he used to tell his son Markandeya. He became a great Rishi. Markandeya Puranam is also there. That is where even Devi Saptashati, Chandi Saptashati comes from Markandeya Puranam. That is what we are learning chanting. And so then Markandeya, his name is Markandeya. And all the sages used to come, and he used to tell Markandeya, his son, please take the blessings of the sages. They all used to bless him, get good education, be good and all that. Nobody blessed him, Dirgha Ishman Bhava, like that. That is what Mrukandu Maharshi, the father, wanted. But nobody blessed him like that. Slowly, the reason is when the Maharshis bless like that, it will happen. Because they have the Satya Sandha, Satya Kama Sankalpa. Whatever they wish, it will happen. It will come true. But nobody is blessing. So slowly, this Mrukandu Maharshi, the father was very worried. Seeing his father worried, parents, both of them, and Markandeya asked his father, what is the problem? Why are you so sad? Then father told him the whole story. Then Markandeya said, no problem, don't worry, father. I will ask only Lord Shiva. I will go and hug Lord Shiva's lingam. Shiva Agnya lenide chimaina kuttadu. Even let him take care of me. Let him do whatever he wants to. That's his job. Let him worry. I will just go and hug him. That's it. And hug him tightly, that Shivalinga. And then that time, this Yamadharma Raja comes, as usual, the time came to take his body, lift him, take him. And then Shiva Bhakta, this Markandeya, Shiva Bhagavan could not see. Then he kicked him. You should not come to at near my devotees. That is what Markandeya wanted. That is what the story he is bringing, our Shankaracharya. So that is what the story behind it. And Markandeya became Chiranjeeva, so with Lord Shiva's blessings. So that is why Kathora Yamarad Vakshah Kavata Kshatihi. With that line, we have that whole story. Shiva Leela, Shiva Kadha. So that is why Bhagavan is saying, when am I going to see your lotus feet? Because they are very soft and very, now they are got hurt. I want to do the massage. Hastena samvahaye. I want to touch your feet, oh Lord Shiva. So this is the request. May with Lord blessings, Bhagavan Shankaracharya's blessing and Lord Shiva's blessings, may we always see, maybe when we are going to see his lotus feet and then touch his lotus feet and then do the massage. That is what our thinking should be. That is what smarana, right? That's what previous shloka we have seen. May, with this thought, may Lord bless us all. And then I'm going to conclude with this chanting of the shloka. Nityam yogi manas sarojadala samchara kshamastvatra shambho tena katham katora yamarad vakshah kavata kshatihi atyamtam mrudulam tvadangri yugalam ha me manaschintaya tyetallochana gocharam kuru vibho hastena samvahaye. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om, everybody. We are done